Kia ora, good evening. A Riverton woman feels lucky to be alive following a vicious attack that involved 3 dogs in the seaside town of Riverton yesterday afternoon. 65-year-old Dorothy Willis was taking her 8-year-old Popalon dog Buddy for his second daily walk in her wheelchair when 3 dogs jumped a fence and attacked. Just 2 doors from home, the pack ripped Buddy from her arms, biting her hands and arms as she attempted to fight them off, resulting in puncture wounds to her only working arm and the death of her dearly beloved companion.
I picked him up and put him in my arms because I thought, this isn't good. And one dog came in from the back and grabbed him out of my arms, and the other 2 just latched onto one hand each. And I couldn't do anything for him. All I could do was scream, and I'm just so thankful that the Robs, the neighbours, were out in their garden and heard my screams and came to help. Yeah, I was terrified. They're so big. I mean, when they stood up, their faces were right up here with me in the wheelchair. When you can't walk your dog 2 houses away from your own home safely, then it's whatever they're doing isn't working. It's got to work for people that you can walk out on the street. If that had been a child, it would have been horrific for them.
Today, all 3 animals were destroyed. The Southland District Dog Control has been monitoring the dogs, which were all classed as menacing. The council has reported today it has 36 dogs classed as menacing and another 12 classified as dangerous. Wool growers have narrowly turned down the chance for a wool commodity levy. Final results in the referendum to form a levy-funded industry good organisation showing almost 60% of voters in opposition. Federated farmers say the results show there is still strong desire for an industry good body to represent wool growers, especially from the smaller sheep farmers. They say New Zealand supplies 45% of the world's wool carpet, and New Zealand is the world's 3rd largest wool exporter. Federated farmers praised the level of engagement from the industry with a voter turnout of 46%. They say the challenge now is proceeding to promote the $700 million industry without an independent, internationally recognised non-commercial voice. McDonald's has applied for a resource consent to build a fast food outlet in South City on the corner of Ellis Road and Beaumont Streets. Submissions on the proposal closed yesterday, with both Sport Southland and the Southern PHO expressing concerns, along with one Invercargill man who's calling on civic leaders to make the right choice for the health and pockets of city residents.
I've got a personal issue with it in regard to the fact that South City is already saturated with so many fast food outlets. Not only fast food outlets, we're talking about alcohol outlets as well, gambling venues. I mean, I've got no issues with fast food outlets as such. I'm not talking about, prohibiting fast food. Really, it's a challenge to our civic leaders at ICC. They've got an application before them. I want them to think critically around that particular application to be fair. And that's all I'm really asking.
If it's not McDonald's, potentially it could be another fast food outlet though.
And my position would be exactly the same. Do we need a second McDonald's in this case in South Invercargill? It's in a locality where it's the most highly deprived communities in our Invercargill city. So we're talking about deprivation 9s and 10s. That's Stratham, that's Kew, Appleby. I mean, do we really need a second McDonald's in South Invercargill?
Obviously, McDonald's will have done the due diligence on this. They will have realised that there is perhaps some discretionary spend there.
Well, that'd be excellent. I'd like to see that. Research would be wonderful, McDonald's. Thank you. Well, I can't answer that. Well, perhaps they have. I'm not too sure at this point. But really, my challenge is to our civic leaders at ICC to really think critically about that particular application and the flow-on effects for our communities.
Do you not think it's more about educating the younger generation about healthy food and where they can purchase healthy food?
Most definitely, and we all have a part to play in that. But when we have positive leadership from Invercargill City Council that actually drives that, Q Television can drive that as well. So it's about everyone collectively coming together to understand that we've got a role to play in healthy communities in Invercargill City.
It is also about jobs too, though.
Oh, most definitely. Oh, that's the thing. Of course I want jobs for everyone. I want everyone to live a, fruitful and, have a wonderful life. But then we've got to think about what's happening, and within our cities, that's going to cause ill health. We've got the highest, one of the highest rates of obesity in the country. Our rates of preventable and chronic diseases like diabetes, cardiovascular. I mean, these things we can do something about, and I challenge our Invercargill City Council right now to think critically about it. And do we need a second McDonald's in Invercargill? Specifically, do we need it in South City? And we've recently, and this is something to celebrate, have a initiative here, Healthy Families, which has been funded over 3 years, $1.9 million. So that's taxpayers' money. Now, I want to see some leadership from the ICC.
Still to come on the bulletin, Southern students get behind a health expo and Maori Wardens put the call out for volunteers. Welcome back. Hundreds of people visited the Southern Institute of Technology today for free health checks and advice on healthy living. Sharon Rees has more.
My Health Rules was the theme of this year's SIT Health Expo, and first-year nursing students were sharing their recipes for healthy living.
This year they came up with the idea of My Health Rules, and their tagline being your recipe for better health. They're all about giving people tools to improve their own health.
From blood pressure to breast cancer, the students tackled a range of important health issues to share their message. Each stall used interactive methods to help spread awareness surrounding the issues.
Basically with the stall we are promoting breast and testicular awareness so that people are aware of what is normal for their own body, so that then if there is something abnormal they're able to detect it and then they're able to go and see their GP and do something about it. We're giving information. We've also got models, palpation models, so that people can actually do a testicular self-exam and also a breast exam. And we've just got information on the sort of signs that you may want to look for, changes in skin, that kind of thing that accompanies the likes of the breast awareness.
The expo wasn't only beneficial to the public, but also gave the students some much-needed hands-on experience.
From our point of view as educators, we really needed to get the students to practice and to be engaging with the public. A lot of our students, this will be one of their first events for the year. They do clinical practice, but this will be the first time talking with the general public, so it's really important for their communication skills and their professionalism.
I think it's always good to speak to members of the public, find out what's important to them, find out how aware that they are of some of the health issues that we're here promoting today, and it's just really good to get in and get involved with them.
The students hoped their information prompted Invercargill residents to check and maintain their health year-round. Sharon Rees, South Today News.
If you have a clean criminal record, Maori blood and time on your hands, then you may be interested in becoming a Maori Warden. The Murihiku Maori Warden community is on a recruitment drive to bolster volunteer numbers. Aside from providing much needed support at events like Royal Tours, the Rugby World Cup and the Oyster Festival, they also play a valuable role in keeping the community safe by supporting Southern agencies.
Our agencies such as the police and Child, Youth and Family and WINS and all of that, I mean, they do a fantastic job, but the community partner agencies that can come on board and offer qualified people to be able to help and lighten that load. And Māori Wardens have been around for over 100 years, so they've been throughout New Zealand, and ideally they were first put in place to come and help Māori and that, but here in Invercargill, or Murihiku as we are known, it's really difficult to differentiate who's Māori and who's not. So we look at ourselves as the United Nation Wardens of Invercargill, and so we are here to offer our service, to be advocates for people, to support at different community events. If you've got a need and a Māori Warden can help support you, then we'll be there. We do have a regular crew that go out at night, and we're patrolling the cities, the suburbs, and really we're looking for young people that we can get off the streets, get them home. The biggest thing we probably deal with is drunk people, but then again it's about trying to get them home and safe.
And how has the recruitment process gone so far?
It's been amazing. Within the first 10 minutes of it going on our Facebook page, which was Murihiku Māori Wardens, we had our first person get hold of our treasurer, and so that person's gone through the vetting process and we're just waiting. We've had 2 new people come from Gore, because we do have wardens based in Gore, and we've got 3 more people that we're just waiting to go through and get their vetting form. And believe it or not, I actually have another form in my pocket right now, so it's exciting. It's very exciting.
Do you have a certain amount of numbers that you're looking to achieve?
No, the more the merrier.
30 curators, some from as far away as the Chatham Islands, are in the city taking part in a Southern Curators seminar. The museum professionals get together to talk shop, gathering inspiration, learning of motivations behind exhibitions and sharing the trials and tribulations behind putting exhibitions together. The group are touring museums around the province and today looked behind the scenes at the Southland Museum and Art Gallery to see how they care and store for what's not on show.
It's really important for curators to get an understanding of how other museums and heritage organisations deal with storage of their taonga, their important treasures that they hold. And in our case, we've got such a diverse range of collection. They can look at all various means of how we're storing our collection and caring for it for future generations. I've worked in other institutions as well, so it's a case of trying to apply the best practice, museum collection care, that we can aim towards, and that's taking the fantastic bits that other people are doing and utilising them here to look after the treasures that we care for. But it's one of the most important things we do, because we need the treasures to be well looked after so that they're available for future generations to be able to view, interpret and research, and we're holding on to people's stories.
Invercargill City will need to source new Christmas lights to hang over central streets, with the existing lights coming to the end of their life cycle. The current lights are over 25 years old, but despite crucial maintenance, their lumen lifespan is all but over. Council intends to use the existing lights this festive season, but will be sourcing replacement stock. They'll also be considering where the new lights will be strung, suggesting Esk Street and Don Streets as options once inner city refurbishments are complete, but are asking for bright ideas from the public. Sport follows the weather next. From the news team, it's good night.